Good morning, student.
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay. So in our last lecture, we learn about
Primary industries.
right. So in primary industries, it classified into some right. So what are the classification of the primary industries?
Ma'am, agriculture, mining industries, fishing, and some like deforestation.
It is not deforestation. It is a forestry.
Oh,
Okay. So can you remember I explained that the main purpose or main aim of the primary industry is
ma'am, the main aim of primary industries is to produce raw material to secondary industries.
it's not produce, it is like keep produce food or product and provide raw material to secondary industry. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So today's our topic is about
Secondary industry.
right. So first we will learn what is secondary industry. Okay.
Okay.
So secondary industries are mainly industries where actually manufacturing on the product or processing of the products will be done. Okay.
Okay.
So in these industries, the raw materials converted into which in final product. Okay. So the secondary sector of the economy involves the transformation of a raw material into what? Into a finished good or a finished product through which methods as a manufacturing, as a processing and the constructions activities. It serves as a critical bridge between extraction of a raw material and the provision of a service. Okay. So actually it is the secondary industries are the bridge between whom? Between the primary industries and the tertiary sector. Okay. Tertiary sector means what? Which actually provides of services to us. Okay. So means when particular product is produced. Okay.
Yes,
That will be produced in industry. But
yes.
it comes to you through distribution, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So that comes in a territory. Okay.
Okay.
So the secondary industry is bridge between primary industry and
territory
very
industry.
good. So there are some examples of the um, secondary industry. Which are they? That is the automobile manufacturing, textile production, construction of building, steel production, electronics manufacturing, furniture making. Okay. So please tell me here how steel production is a secondary industry where it gets a raw material.
Ma'am, it it extracts raw materials from the underground basements.
Okay, it's come from the earth, right?
Yes.
So steel is the comes from earth as an extraction. Then some process on that will be done.
Yes.
Okay, so that's why it's come under the steel production as a secondary industry. Now the furniture making, why it comes under the secondary industry? Because
Ma'am, because the
we get wood from trees, right?
Yes.
And trees comes under the forestry.
Yes.
Okay, so we get raw material as a wood from forestry, then we work on that, we process on that, and we manufacture a furniture and we sell it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's why it comes under the secondary industry. Now the sectors of Indian economy. Which are the sectors? The primary sectors, which includes the agriculture, dairy, fishing and forestry. And in secondary sector, actually it comes the manufacturing, the processing on that product. Okay. And in tertiary sector, it actually provide the services as a distribution. Understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So,
Ma'am, in territory sector, it is an example like we're transporting that goods, no?
yes, manufacture goods transport to the customer or directly to customer or shopkeepers, right?
Yes.
So where the customer can buy that product.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So mainly secondary sector is bridge between
the
primary
primary
sector
sector and tertiary sector.
very good. Now, what are the key characteristics of the secondary industry? So main character is what the secondary industry are doing. They are collecting
raw materials
from
primary industries,
and they are working on that. So they are processing on raw material, right? So first characteristic will be the processing of a raw material. How they are working on the raw material? They are converting the raw material into a finished goods, okay? Final goods.
Okay.
So as we take the example of a cloth industry, right?
Yes.
So here in that we get cotton from trees.
Yes.
We are do processing in a primary sector on that, right?
Yeah.
So in secondary industry, they will stitch a different clothes. So that clothes will be finished goods and cotton will be raw material here. Okay. So they will do processing on a raw material and provide a finished goods to a customer.
Okay.
Okay. So value addition. Now, if you same example we will continue. If a cotton is we are buying, okay, so that will be cheaper.
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Because that is no use of for personal use directly, right?
Yeah.
But when we are processing on that, okay, when we are processing on that cotton, then we are adding some value on that cotton.
Yes.
Same cotton we are using to make a cloth, right? Same cotton we are using.
Yes.
So we will do some value addition on that cotton.
Okay, ma'am.
So secondary industries are providing some different value, more value to that particular product.
Okay, ma'am.
Now the manufacturing process. So another characteristic is the processing.
Oh.
Okay. So what are the actually process that included on to make converted cotton into the cloth? So that will be a manufacturing process and employment. Now here that one is the most important that provides different employments to a different people. When the manufacturing process is done, when people are working on machines or personally on that product, right? So the final product will be
ready.
Right. So these are the main characteristics. Now, what are the classification of the secondary sector? So the classification of secondary sectors are manufacturing. So manufacturing includes what? Why it is important? So it is important because it helps in the gross domestic products. So what is gross domestic product? So overall production of our country. Okay. Now employment and labor force. So different manufacturing companies are there or secondary industries are there. So that will provide the more employment to people, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that's why it will help in that sector.
Okay.
So innovation and technological advancement. Now we will continue with our cloth example only. So same product they will prepare again and again, or they will provide the different type of innovation in that clothes. What will they do?
Ma'am,
When we are going to buy a particular product, take an example of t-shirt. You buy same t-shirt again and again, or you try with different colors.
Ma'am, I try with different colors, different sizes.
Right. Okay. So there are some innovations required.
Yes.
Okay. So that's why in manufacturing sector, innovation and technological needed. Now the export and trade balance. Okay, what is the export? So when we are producing a new product, it is not necessary to produce only for our country. We can produce it more and export to the other countries. So when we are exporting to other countries, it will help for us to our economy. We will gain a new customers, right?
Yes.
And it will be Imported for what? To balance a trade balance.
balance.
When we are importing something, we can balance it with that to exporting this product, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now the supply chain and the ancillary industries. It is what? It is a supply chain, right?
Yes.
Because it connected with each other.
Oh.
So manufacturing provides that. Now construction. It is the infrastructure development. It's the most important because
Yes.
nowadays see, there are lots of new buildings, right?
Yeah.
So construction is the most important part.
Yes.
And it also important for employment and income generation. Okay, so there are different laborers who are working on the construction site.
Yes.
So that provides the employment and income for them.
Okay.
Now investment and the capital formation. When we are constructing a new building, we are investing some amount of finance, right, in that. So it is the capital formation. Okay.
Oh.
Now the housing market and real estate. This one is the another employment. Okay. So working as a housing market and urbanization and the regional development. Now see, villages are small, right?
Yes.
There are no big buildings. But
Yes.
in city area, you can see that
very
there are tall buildings.
Yes.
Okay. So it helps to what? It is developing our villages too.
Oh.
Nowadays, villages also
are developing.
changing, right?
Yes.
So processing. What is the processing? Do you like jam?
Yes, very much.
Okay. And do you like juices that comes under can?
Yes, ma'am. Like
Okay.
the Pepsi one.
Okay. So it is the fresh one.
Yes, ma'am.
No, this one is not fresh one. This is a storage one. So how it tastes same every time? Because the some processing on that product is done. Even chips, it is also processed food.
Yes, ma'am.
Some juices, okay. Some snacks you get in a market. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. It's a processed food. How we will look that? Processing involves the transforming of raw materials or the inputs into the finished product through various methods and techniques. Food processing means what? Turning a raw agriculture products like a fruits, vegetable and grain into a processed food such as the canned goods, juice and snacks. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Did you understand this?
Yes, ma'am. It's very.
Now the types of secondary industries. There are three types of secondary industries, that is heavy industries, light industries and process industries. Okay. Now process in the secondary industries. What are the process required in the secondary industries? First one is the production process. First we will require what? Designing and planning. When we want to develop something, first we have to ready our plan, right? And so we can work on that plan. Now we have a ready plan.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a ready plan. So we have to implement that plan. For that purpose, what we require? First, we require raw material. I have raw material now, but I have to manage my raw material in a well condition.
Yes, ma'am.
So that can I handle my raw material in a very well manner. Okay. Then the actual manufacturing. Okay. Now I have raw material. I conserve that raw material very well. So now I will process with my manufacturing. So as a required manufacturing process is done, we have a final product.
Okay,
now,
ma'am.
Every time when I produce the same product, my quality of that product must be same or better. Okay. So that's the most important thing, because if I am producing a one type of pen, but every time my pen is different, so my customer will not buy the pen again, right?
Yes.
So it is no use of producing product in a different quality. I have to maintain my quality. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Now assemble and construction. Assembly lines and construction process put together components and materials to create the finished products or structures. Okay.
Okay.
Examples of manufacturing industry. Automotive industry. It includes what? Different types of cars, trucks, motorcycles are manufactured from the assemble lines and to final testing. Now tell me, cars are manufacturing in one places?
Yes, ma'am.
No. They are assembled at one places, but parts of that car or trucks are
Distributed and
that produced in different places that comes in a one room, and they assemble that products with each other and final products will be come. That is the outcome. Okay.
Okay.
Now the electronic industry. Explain the production of the devices like a smartphone, computer and the appliances, emphasizing the manufacturing and the technological advancement. Now same here as the
Yes.
devices like a smartphones, they are also assembled.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Now the sustainable practice in the secondary industries. Resource efficiency, environmental impact and green manufacturing. When we are doing a production in a secondary industry, so we have to consider these points, because resource efficiency means what? In secondary industry, we get raw material from primary sector.
Yes.
Primary sectors provide raw material from
Um,
natural resources.
Yes.
Okay, so natural resources are limited or unlimited?
ma'am, they're limited.
There are two types. Okay,
Yes.
so some are limited and some are not limited.
Yes.
Unlimited. So which are limited, so we have to use that limited resources very carefully.
Yeah.
So resource efficiency and use of that resources are very important, right?
Yes.
Now the environmental impact. When we are producing a product, we have to take care of about what?
Ma'am, pollution?
Yes, when secondary industry are providing products, they have to take care of if there is any negative impact on environment or not. They have to take care of that. Okay, so environmental impact is most important thing here.
Okay,
Now
ma'am.
the green manufacturing means what? We have to take care of our earth. Okay, so plastic is
Non-green item means
right.
it is very
Harmful for our, we cannot
we can
destroy it easily, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's why we have to take care about that. Now quick recap here. We firstly saw about what? Introduction of secondary industry.
Yes.
Secondary industry is a bridge between
Primary sector and tertiary sector.
okay, and what is the secondary industries are actually manufacturing of product, right?
Yeah.
Processing of products. Now what are the key characteristics of the industry we saw here? Manufacturing, processing, right?
Yeah.
Now the classification of secondary industries are manufacturing, construction and processing. And different types of secondary industries are
heavy industry, light industry and process industry.
very. And sustainable practices which have to secondary industry take consideration in resources utilization,
Yeah.
environmental impact and
Yes, ma'am.
green manufacturing.
Yes,
these are the most important thing which have to taken care by the secondary industry when the final products or manufacturing of products in turn.
Okay, ma'am.
So thank you. Here our topic is covered. Okay.
Ma'am, no homework.
No homework for today.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.